Look at this view. The Kandy Mountains, the mist rolling over the trees, and that fresh green everywhere you look. Peaceful, isn't it? Sometimes just being out here makes you realize how important it is to step outside, breathe fresh air, and really live in the moment. Now, let's talk about something that's been trending with the younger generation, Gen Z. These are the kids born from the late 90s up to around 2010. They're growing up in a completely different world than what many parents knew. Always online, always connected, facing academic pressure, competition, and the constant noise. Something called bed rotting has become popular. Sounds strange, right? It's when someone spends hours or even a whole day just lying in bed, watching shows, scrolling on their phone, eating snacks, or simply doing nothing. For Gen Z, it feels like a way to recharge. Now, let me pause here and ask you, have you ever seen your child spending the whole day in bed? Or maybe, if you're Gen Z yourself, have you done this and thought, I just need to One lazy day once in a while can actually be healthy. But when it becomes a habit, it can harm both body and mind. The body gets weaker, the sleep cycle gets disturbed, and mentally, too much isolation can lead to anxiety, stress, or even depression. For parents, this can be worrying. You might feel helpless or even frustrated. But the truth is, shouting or blaming won't help. Instead, it's about gentle guidance. Start with a soft conversation. Say something like, "Hey, I've noticed you've been in bed a lot. Is everything okay?" That shows love, not judgment. Then, suggest small steps. A short walk together, a cup of tea on the veranda, or moving movie time to the living room. These little things can slowly bring them back to viewers listening now. Remember this. Yes, you need rest, and yes, the world is stressful. But staying in bed too long doesn't fix the stress. What really helps is balance. Go outside, feel the sunlight, spend time with friends, or even just sit and watch nature like we're doing on this drive. That's the kind of recharge that makes you stronger, not weaker. If you ever feel like you can't get out of that cycle, parents, support your kids with patience. And Gen Z, don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes talking to a counselor or a mental health professional can make a world of difference. It's all about balance. Rest is important, but life is out here too. In the mountains, the fresh air, the smiles of the people you love. Let's not spend all our time rotting in bed. Let's live, experience, and enjoy the world around us. Now, just take a look at this scenery. Isn't it the best reminder to step outside? But you know, there's another side to this conversation too. Our digital lives, and how much time we spend glued to screens. Think about it. These days, from the moment we wake up, what's the first thing most of us reach for? Our phone. Notifications, messages, social media, it never stops. For Gen Z, it's even stronger, because they've grown up with this. The phone isn't just a tool, it's like an extra part of their body. Especially for parents with Gen Z kids, don't just tell them to get off the phone. Instead, create experiences together that pull them out naturally. A morning walk, a hike, a family meal without devices. Kids are more likely to join when they see parents enjoying it too. And for the Gen Z friends listening, ask yourself, how much time are you giving to your screen, and how much to yourself? What if, instead of an extra hour online, you spent it journaling, trying a hobby, or simply being out in nature? Just like this drive, imagine what your mind would feel like after set tiny rituals. Maybe 15 minutes of sunlight in the morning, or a short stretch before bed. Even switching your phone off during meals. These little habits are like seeds. You won't see the change overnight, but in time they grow into stronger focus, better sleep, and a healthier mood. Another important piece, human connection. Screens give us constant contact, but not always real connection. A hug from a parent, laughing with friends, or even just sitting down face to face with someone you trust. That has a power no app can replace. So parents, remember this. What your child often needs isn't a lecture, but your presence. And Gen Z, remember this too. Your family and friends may not always understand the pressure you face, but they care. We can spend it scrolling endlessly, or we can step outside into moments like this drive through the Kandy Mountains, calm, refreshing, full of beauty. So maybe the question to ask yourself is, am I living my life online, or am I living it here in the real world? If the answer is balance, you're already on the right path. You know, as we're driving further into these hills, another thought comes to mind. Life is actually a lot like this road. Sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's bumpy. Sometimes we climb up steep stretches, and sometimes we enjoy an easy downhill ride. But the important thing is, we keep moving forward. And that's what I want to talk about here. Dreams and ambitions. Gen Z is a generation full of ideas. You all have access to knowledge, technology, and opportunities that earlier generations could only dream about. Many of you want to start your own businesses, travel the world, make a difference in society, or simply live life in your own unique way. That's inspiring. True distractions. It's like trying to climb a mountain while carrying a heavy bag full of unnecessary stuff. Social media, endless scrolling, late-night gaming, and yes, even too much bed rotting can weigh you down. Instead of reaching the top, you get stuck halfway, too tired to climb further. Parents, this is where you come in. Sometimes your child doesn't need a lecture, they just need a guide. Remember when you used to hold their hand crossing the road? They don't need the hand-holding anymore, but they do need the gentle guidance. Ask them about their dreams. Listen to their ideas, even if they sound wild. Who knows? That wild idea could be the next big thing. Every small step counts. Don't think you have to achieve everything overnight. Start with little daily actions that build your path forward. Maybe it's learning a new skill. Maybe it's writing your goals down, or even just taking that first step outside your comfort zone. Remember, no mountain is climbed in a single jump. It's always step by step. Now let's talk about something equally important, family bonds. In a world filled with online connections, sometimes we forget the power of real, face-to-face conversations. Parents, no app or gadget can replace the warmth of sitting down with your child for a meal, sharing a laugh, or going on a simple walk. Gen Z kids may not always show it, but deep inside, they still crave that love. When a phone battery runs low, you don't scold the phone. You plug it in to recharge. In the same way, when your child seems disconnected or unmotivated, maybe they don't need criticism. Maybe they just need to be recharged with love, patience, and understanding. And Gen Z, don't underestimate the value of your parents' experiences. They might not know every trend on TikTok or every new app, but they've climbed many of life's mountains before you. Sometimes their stories and advice can give you shortcuts on your own journey. As this drive continues through the green hills and winding roads, think of it as a reminder. Life isn't meant to be lived only in bed or on a screen. It's meant to be experienced with family, with friends, with nature, and with dreams as we wrap up this part of our journey. To the parents, guide with love, not pressure. To Gen Z, dream big, but take small, steady steps every day. And to both, spend more time together, because at the end of the day, family is the strongest foundation for any future. And that brings us to the end of today's drive together, my friends. Thank you so much for riding along these scenic mountain roads of Kandy with me, and for listening to this little heart-to-heart about Gen Z, family, and finding balance in life. If you found this video helpful or meaningful, I'd truly appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and share it with your friends or even other parents. You never know. Your simple share might actually help rescue someone's brother, sister, or child from feeling stuck in the cycle of bed rotting or digital overload. Let's spread awareness, kindness, and encouragement together. Because sometimes, even a small message can make a big difference in someone's life. So until next time, stay safe, stay connected, and keep moving forward step by step, just like these mountain roads. Take care, my friends.